Even, you know, a year ago when Joe was saying, let's aim for 120k turnover, I remember saying, that's just not possible. It's not going to happen. There's no way. And now we're not even halfway through the year and we've exceeded that. So yeah, there's no way in hell, if Joe had told me a few years ago that we'd be exceeding 250,000, I would ever have believed him. It was just me on my own. I was doing all the work. I never had any time to work on the business. I was working very long days and nights in the business, trying to do everything myself all the time. We were just in a shared office with other businesses in there, and it was just constant stress and firefighting, really. I was always taking my laptop on holiday. You know, I'd be by the pool answering emails and fixing problems. And there's just no switching off because what we do is seen as like a business critical system. I could just never be switched off from the business. I'm pretty much 100% sure that if I hadn't have met Joe and started coaching, I would have packed it all in by now. Running a business is by far the hardest thing I've ever done. And without Joe being there, kind of keeping me on track and guiding me in the right direction, I'm very sure I would have just had enough and shut up shop. You know, I never hesitated to pay for a degree when I wanted to learn that, so why should it be any different now when it matters more than it ever has? So no, I wasn't skeptical. Of course, yeah, you go through the process of saying, is the best way to spend our money on this? And the conclusion was yes, 100%. He knew exactly which direction to steer me in, even when I didn't know myself. And even when he was saying things which at the time I really didn't agree with or made no sense to me, and I was thinking, he's wrong, this isn't right. You look back and every time what Joe said was the right decision. And I'm like, if I didn't have Joe there keeping me on track and steering me down the right path, I'd have just probably gone into a tunnel and made a lot of bad mistakes. So yeah, it was just amazing. And you know, you're very isolated on your own in business, and just having that kind of sounding board to tell you that, you know, you're on track, you're doing things right, and you have someone who gets it and understands to offload to, was a real game changer for me. I think the thing that's had the biggest impact on me as a business owner is just my whole kind of mindset around the business in terms of scalability, taking on a team, charging what we're worth rather than undercharging all the time, attracting the right kind of clients into your business by positioning the business at a level where you get those kind of higher level clients. So just the whole kind of energy around the business and the whole mind shift change has been enormous. Joe's very good at holding me accountable, and that's really important because it's very difficult to hold yourself accountable because it's so easy to let yourself down. But when you know there is that person keeping you accountable, and you don't want to hold them down, and you don't want to waste your time or your coach's time either, then that accountability makes a huge difference to how you run the business and operate. That's the first thing you look at fixing. So how can we make the business more profitable? How can we improve turnover? How can we make it so we're not bleeding cash all the time? So easily within a few months we were getting a return on investment. So when I first started working with Joe, I think we were turning over around 40 grand a year. And I said my aspiration back then was to turn over 60. I said if I could one day hit 60 grand, I'll be delighted with that. This year we're on track to surpass 250,000 and should be hitting 300k turnover by the end of the year. So profitability has stayed pretty steady at around 50%, which I think is impressive considering how much we've scaled up the team and moved into the bigger offices and you know, invested heavily in our kind of equipment and resources. To have maintained that same kind of profitability level, I'm really happy with. It's the first time I've really been excited about what the next kind of 5 years holds. So my work-life balance has improved a lot. I can go on holiday and I don't have to, worry that the business is going to collapse without me there, because we have the team looking after things while I'm absent. So it's far healthier. I'm sleeping better. I'm not stressed all the time. Yeah, I think my friends and family will have seen a big difference. So not just in terms of being less stressed and happier and more chilled out, but just in the overall sort of confidence and personal development and growth that's come as a result of, of the coaching. So yeah, definitely. You might think you know everything, but you have no idea how much there is that you don't know until you have a coach who's there to guide you through it.